How to make super soft and tender and delicious Swedish meatballs with no pork. Over medium-high heat, saute some onions for a couple minutes till they soften. Then add your garlic and saute for another minute or two. Sprinkle with salt, saute till slightly golden, and then put it in a bowl and let it rest in the freezer. Meanwhile, whisk together 2 eggs, and in a separate bowl, add 1 cup of panko, half a cup of cheese. I'm using cheddar because it's all I had, 3/4 cup of milk, and your whisk eggs to a bowl. Add the spices on the screen. Add your cooled onion and garlic. Your ground beef. This recipe is for 2 pounds. Mix it well, but try not to over mix. It can make the meat tough. Then we're gonna start to form our meatballs. I'm trying to do it with one hand, so it's difficult, but then put them on a piece of parchment paper. Then when they're all done, pop them in the freezer to set. Next, we're gonna make our sauce. I know these are kind of a lot of steps, but I promise it's worth it. Over medium-high heat, heat some oil in a pan and start to brown your meatballs. They don't need to be super browned. Honestly, they could be less brown than mine are, but you wanna do it in batches. And as you can see, they're pretty brown. They don't need to be this brown. I know it looks very appetizing, but it's not necessary because it's gonna get covered in the sauce. Once they're all nice and brown, set them to the side and we'll get started on our sauce in the same pan. Over medium heat, melt 5 tablespoons of butter in your pan and then add 5 tablespoons of flour. Continuously mix until it starts to foam and is slightly golden. Then add your broth mixture little by little. This is super important, and start to mix to incorporate, but little by little, otherwise you're gonna overwhelm that butter and flour. Continue to whisk everything together until it's beautifully combined. And last but certainly not least, add 3/4 of a cup of sour cream or plain yogurt. Mix that together and add your beautiful meatballs back into the sauce while it's simmering. Let all the flavors combine for 10 to 15 minutes and you have just this super freaking delicious Swedish meatballs with no pork. It's seriously so good. I hope you give this recipe a try.